A frog in a well knows nothing of the sea. This is a quote or proverb from a Chinese parable, I believe. And this parable basically speaks about this frog who's lived his whole life in a well. He's never need to leave. He has water, food, space to jump around. His whole life is in this well. Um, he's become comfortable with it. He doesn't especially want to leave it. This is his home. And then one day he's visited by something. I believe the main story, it's a turtle, but I've also heard a crow. I will go over the main story, the turtle. And basically in the main story, a turtle visits him, kind of looking in his well, and he kind of says to him that outside of his well, there's this massive, beautiful sea. You from one end you can't see the other end. He's sort of astonished by this because his whole life he believed that there was nothing better than his well. He became so comfortable in that space that he no longer, wanted to go out and see those things. He didn't need to. And so when this turtle presents this idea of something outside as well, so much more beautiful, so much more grandiose than what he's seen, he can't be anything but speechless. I think a lot of the times we get stuck in the position of being in the well, including myself, the what ifs of what if I get eaten by a bird, or what if I never make it to the sea, and so on. And I think because we get caught up in that, we do stay kind of in our safety zone, in a place we're comfortable, and, becomes hard to move out of there. And this is something I've been trying to improve on as of late, because, I don't know, I guess I'd rather see the world and fail trying to see the sea than never leaving the well. And it's been going kind of slowly but surely I've been, I guess, seeing more of the world and worrying less about, the birds that may eat me, or all the things that I may not see, or all the things that I may not do, versus kind of, being the person I was. I'm trying to be more than the person I was. Because although, that person wasn't necessarily bad, I feel like the things that I could do could be so much more. And not even like when it comes to like profession, achievement, goals. I mean, just as a person and my own self-satisfaction and own growth. I think I've been growing steadily. And I think it's because of this story partially. Because although it's simple, just a frog in a well, it's kind of been in the back of my mind, just repeating over and over again, among some other things, which I may go over in some other video. This isn't to say go out of your way to become someone who you're not, but rather become the person you are meant to be. Not in other people's minds, not in this, fictitious idea of you, which, you don't necessarily like, but just the you who you think you are meant to be. If you want to travel, find a way to travel. If, you want to see different countries, I think you should go see different countries, learn about the things you're interested in. If you have a, gym goal, even if it's maybe small, like once a month you're going to the gym, I think that's great, even if it's small at first, just so you can, kind of shift into it. Push for the things that fulfill you, even if it's not necessarily the, even if it's not the most societally correct thing to do, I think you should pursue it. Obviously, not anything that goes against, like, our ethical norms or, moral norms of our society, but if it's like a social thing and you think that it'll fulfill you, that it's your sea, and for so long you've deciding not to pursue it because you found comfort in your well, I think you should pursue that thing. Just take a chance to see the sea. Don't be trapped by yourself. You yourself have this limited view of the world, based on the experiences you've had and how those experiences have kind of developed you. But be open to new experiences for yourself. Not new experiences that people may tell you to do. Just don't be stuck. Don't be stuck in a well.
I kind of want to talk about this other idea that I had, because I forgot to mention it in the video. I kind of went over kind of what it means to have limited perception of yourself, but not really this limited perception of others. And I think that's important because oftentimes I think we have this view, um, that people are good or evil, um, and there's really no kind of gray area for that. And I think it's important to note that I think we also have this limited view on people because obviously we can't see what everyone's thinking, um, nor can we, nor can we truly know how they're feeling. And oftentimes we try to make assumptions, based on our own thoughts or feelings for others. And I think that's kind of terrible because it often leads this false narrative for another person. And I think we need to give people more of a chance to speak for themselves. Now, obviously, there are some people who do bad things and who don't necessarily deserve the chance to speak for themselves. But I think it's important to also have this kind of outward view that not everyone is bad just because you think they're bad. And I think giving them the option to speak for themselves could be more beneficial to you and how you interact with individuals as a whole. But yeah, that's the final thing I want to talk about. I just wanted to quickly say something more about our limited view of others as well, rather than just ourselves. Peace out and bye.